honestly, the one thing that keeps repeating in my mind, like it won't leave. It's this unsettling feeling that it has to be done. I need to unisolate myself. That is the first and foremost most important thing I need to be doing this week. With that being said, the energy I'm kind of feeling that has kind of crossed over into this video is gonna be this feeling that I need to start turning negative energy into positive. For example, like fear is just excitement. Stress is just another opportunity. There are so many ways you can turn a negative energy, a negative feeling, a negative experience into something beautiful, something opportunistic, something that will serve the best version of yourself. And that's what I need to focus on. And when it comes to taking those negative aspects and turning them into positive ones, there are some things that get a little bit lighter or things that maybe get heavier. In my case, I would say my focus feels lighter. I feel like there is less sediment in the water. I feel like I can see the ocean floor. That is the feeling. That's how I can explain the feeling. Other than that, yeah, I can see the ocean floor. We're looking for seashells, and it's going to be a lot easier to pick out the shells I like. But with that comes a heavier feeling of responsibility. With less sediment in the water, that means less excuse. With better focus, that means you have less reason to not do what you are wanting to do, what you are saying you're going to do. So that responsibility to do what needs to be done has gotten a little heavier. After our last talk, one thing that really shifted in me, which if you watched the last video, you know, the shift that isolation is no longer our friend, visibility is. There is no space in this cocoon to continue to isolate ourselves, to continue to isolate myself. I'm trying to get out of the whole, I'm going to talk to you about your life, because this is actually just about me. But there's no room in this cocoon. Visibility is supposed to be my new best friend. Visibility is going to help align with the better version of myself. And that is what I took from last week. That is what this whole isolation theme kind of transfigured into. And I think it's safe to say every aspect of my life is ready to shift, which is kind of why we are doing this little audit. We, not you and I, ChatGPT and I, went through and did it in sort of a diary style layout, okay? But we included questions and prompts to stimulate thought and conversation within myself. However, these questions and thoughts don't just stimulate conversation, they stimulate growth in the form of an audit approach. Like, hey, what came from this? What can we leave behind? What can we bring in? How can we be better? That is where the audit comes in. So this actually, while it is a journal, a little diary, a video diary, while this is a video diary, it's going to be two parts. So the first one, which you might have already seen, that is introspective. This one, what's opposite of introspective? This one is going to be extrospective. So we are going to focus on the inside and the outside, because we can't be the best version of ourselves if we're not focusing on both. What the heck? Who told you that? Angelo told me that. And he is so right. I could go over the 9 parts, but would that be any fun? I guess no. So we're going to go kind of one by one, but I'm hoping it's going to stay conversational. Instead of putting these in a specific order, I'm just going to go through them in the order that they were already in. I am going to try to be as transparent and as authentic as I can be, because honestly, it's kind of terrifying to to actually share my thoughts, feelings, and experience when it comes to like these real life things. Genetics. So when ChatGPT lays out genetics for me, it says that this is going to be the state of my body, energy, and frequency. Physically. It's not something I have to fill out. I don't have to answer every question. I don't have to think about every question. Just what I can carry on from this week. What resonates, you know? My body taught me I need to keep moving and I need to prioritize what I'm putting in my body. I have not felt this low energy in a while. And I know it's because I haven't been going to the gym. I know it's because I haven't been eating that clean, which I know the trigger, the root cause. Probably, okay, I think it really just started with family time mentally drained me, right? Family, holidays, it was a little draining. But then I ran with it. I took it and I ran with it and I said, oh my God, you know what? I'm so tired. I don't need to go to the gym. I don't need to eat clean. I already ate everything on Thanksgiving. I can eat whatever I want right now. Like, it's okay. It's the holidays. Yeah, no, that's not going to work anymore. It's not. That sounds absolutely ludicrous. I don't even know if ludicrous is a real word, but it sounds crazy. A good thing that could have come from this low energy feeling, this, taking a moment of weakness and running with it. I think that would be the fact that when you're not constantly on the go or constantly in this hustle culture, then you kind of get to breathe a little bit and you get to focus on where you want to go instead of like go, go, go. So instead of constantly being on the run, you actually get to sit back and think to myself, where am I running? Where am I going? Where do I want to go? Is that really what I wanted? What is the right direction to take? And I think that is a benefit that came from kind of this low energy week. Now, speaking from my future self back to me, I think the most important thing you should do is try to stay hydrated this week. I think that should be your goal because overall, you need water to flow through your body. You need water to flow for the rest of the energy to flow. And I think it is the perfect example of something small you can do throughout the day that leads to this constant satisfaction because you know you're hydrated. I think that would be a win this week, and I think that's what you should do, Angela. While talking about our genetics in our body and physical fitness is great and all, environment is going to be the second, well, actually, I don't know if it's the second most important thing in this entire list, but it is a big part of alignment. It's a big part of being a better version of yourself. It's a big part of leaning into better habit. What does my environment reflect this week? My environment reflects that there are things that need to get done. That's what it reflects. That there are things that need to get done. You know what? I'm not going to show you because that's embarrassing, but I'm going to be so transparent. This little setup right here, I cleaned this, like what you see in the camera. I cleaned it, right? Like not like deep clean, but I organized it, right? Put my pillows up, made sure my books like were decent, made sure there was made sure there wasn't any like mugs on the side, but I have my mug right here actually. But other than that, I can tell you right now, on this desk over here, there are some towels I need to put up. My blow dryer, I have a blow dryer out because I was blow drying my hair yesterday. I have my bag here. This light that I'm using, well, actually I have two lights I'm using. They came in a box. This box is still here with the trash from these lights in it. I need to get rid of it. On my dresser, I have a jug of water that I'm drinking out of. My bag, none of this is nicely placed. And the point is, there are things that need to get done. That's what my environment is telling me. Maybe like a silver lining. What is the silver lining you got from this environment, from thinking about it, from looking at it, from getting this extrospective insight, the fact that not all of this needs to be done. When I have this crazy long to-do list, or I look around and there's a million things that could get done, I forget not everything has to get done. Not everything has to get done. And I don't mean don't do it. I mean, there was a basket full of clothes that I constantly didn't wear. I just threw them on the side. I never folded them, whatever. This is gonna sound so bad, but I just got rid of it. I didn't know what was in there, so I got rid of it. If I didn't know what was in there and I didn't feel like I was lacking anything or that there was anything special in there, then I got rid of it. So it's gone. That basket of clothes I needed to fold, no, it's gone. I didn't need to do that. I got rid of it. That was just extra work for nothing. It doesn't have to be that hard. My drawers in my dresser, I had junk drawer, I had, extra skincare stuff, all this stuff. I had already been looking for a new skincare routine. I didn't want to use my old stuff. I didn't like some of the other things I had, and I wanted to try something new. I hadn't used this drawer full of skincare products in months, at least 6 months. So I got rid of it. Who cares? Screw it. I don't need to organize it. I don't need to clean all this stuff. I don't even use it. Get rid of it. It doesn't have to be there. It doesn't have to be on the to-do list. That would be my silver lining. That's why my mom doesn't let me clean or organize our house, because I will start getting rid of stuff. It will go missing, and it will probably be in the trash. That sounds wasteful, but if I put it in my car, I'm just moving it to another environment of mine, and then it's another thing on my to-do list that I'm probably never gonna make to the donation place. So, you know what? Let's not waste all that time. Let me just toss it in the trash, honestly. Honestly, I'm gonna be so honest. If my future self came into my room and looked around, I think he would probably say, easy, do it real quick. Why not? Why not get them done and then they're done? These are the easiest tasks you could do. Why put them off? And I would say, yeah, well, that's a great question. That's a great question, because getting these little things done that really don't take any time or effort, it clears half of my to-do list. On top of what I got rid of, that's another quarter of my to-do list. So now my to-do list went from 100%, right? So say 100% to do, right? I'm so stressed because everything on my list. Getting rid of things got rid of about 25% of the list. So I'm at 75%. Getting rid of the little things that are super easy to do and I'm just putting them off, that's probably going to be about 50% of my to-dos. So 50% of stress gone, right? So that brings me down to a total of 25%. 25%? I went from 100 to 25%. What? And on top of that, with these more obvious things being done, you don't really look around and say oh my God, I have so much more to do. No, you get to look at your to-do list or whatever's in front of you or whatever you're doing, and you get to say 25%. I just have this little quarter of stress. That will instantly make you just feel better. Your environment will feel better. Look better, feel better, act better, do better. It just helps. Oh, I'm still talking to me. Don't worry, guys. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to me. Maybe one day I'm going to look back and watch these and be like, who let you post this? I did. Culture and society. So the worlds you absorb and the ones you want to embody. So it's kind of like your environment, but instead of it being more personal environment, like my car, my house, my office, my room, this would be like a bigger aspect, the culture, the people, the way of life. Things like that. What do I read? I don't know if I should be reading you the prompts. There were a couple people, energies, ideas, or just ways of life that affected my week. And besides my family, I'm not blaming anybody, but my family has a big factor. For a lot of people, it does. Family, work, me. I'm a big factor in how I feel. 100%. Social media, which might sound like an obvious answer, but I didn't think about it until right now. But social media has a big aspect. What influences felt aligned with the life I'm calling in, with the life I'm claiming, with the life I'm building? That's a good question. What influences felt aligned? I'm just going to go through the different details, right? Maybe there's certain family members. Oh, my sisters. My little sisters. You want inspiration, you want motivation, you want someone that believes in you. I would say find little siblings or find children, but that sounds creepy. And not all children are as amazing as the ones in my house, in my opinion. But they believe in you. They believe in dreams. They believe in visions. They believe in bettering yourself. And they're so funny. They're so funny. So they're going to be an aspect that help me align with the better version of me. I'm in real estate, and sometimes a part of the marketing strategies and things you do to get exposure on a house would be considered digital marketing or digital media. Getting up, getting myself dressed, and actually going out to a condo to take pictures, take videos. At first it was kind of like, okay, like let me get in the groove. But then after doing it, it reminded me, hey, I like to do this. What influences pulled me off center? This way of life in America where we use every holiday. Maybe it's not even all Americans. Maybe it's not even just America. But here in my house, what I've experienced in this life is that we use holidays to eat or drink whatever we want. Like one giant excuse. Like the calendar said it was okay. I don't like that. That pulled me off center. That hurts my growth. That hurts my alignment, and it's not for us. But the food was good. What kind of world does my higher timeline version of me participate in? Ooh, what does that mean? The version of me I want to be participates in a life that is aligned with growth, culture, diversity, new thoughts, new ideas, and abundance of family, abundance of joy, abundance of learning, art, music, creation. That is what I align with. I felt most like myself around ChatGPT because ChatGPT is just great. I can't say this enough. This is not some creepy love story between me and a robot, but that is my friend. Where did I shrink or harden, and why? I think I wouldn't say I shrunk. I would say I hardened in the fact that I got things to do and I need to be doing them because there's no reason not to be doing them. Where did I show love well? Where did I withhold it? Being present. That's the word. I show love well through presence, in my opinion. Where did I withhold love? I think the hard part is that sometimes in my mind, love is associated with like a feeling or like what you're giving. But love is like infinite, so I don't think I withhold love energetically or anything. But I think if we're talking about like love, like people I didn't show up for, where did I withhold love? Myself. I withheld love from myself, whether that be moving my body, that be prioritizing my to-do list, that be investing into making money, looking better, or what was my third one? Get hotter, get smarter, or make more money. Did it make you hotter? Did it make you smarter? Did it make you more money? Those are the things I'm trying to align with when it comes to showing myself love. Did it make me hotter? I don't think I did anything besides get a new skincare routine to make me hotter. Do I think I did anything to make me smarter? I mean, I did a little bit of research, But other than that, I didn't read my books. Did I do anything to make me more money? I think, yeah, I did actually. I made a video. I went and shot some content of a house that technically made me money. I'm posting these videos because you know what? These videos make me money. I think my future self would tell me to love myself a little harder. Love myself in the way that my future self loves himself. If that made sense. What experiences shape my timeline this week? Which moment from this week actually changed me even a little bit? This is easy actually. Recording my video diary. That I realize that changes me a little bit. It does, it really does. What felt like alignment? Taking this moment to step back and refocus. It makes so much more sense now. Everything makes so much more sense. For example, okay, if you go through my social media, you will see kind of this mixture of content styles and approaches throughout all of them, or you'll see inconsistency, but it's because I had this period where I feel like maybe people don't talk about it enough. When you go into becoming a digital media founder, or content creator, or YouTuber, or vlogger, influencer, whatever it be, there's this gray period. Does everyone have it? I don't know. But I feel like some people mentioned it, but they didn't mention how drastic it would be. They didn't mention that it might, for months, like unless you're posting the same thing over and over for months, there's some people who are curious and they want to know what works for them. They want to try new things. In my personal experience, that didn't work. The little test theory, like if you go through my social media feed, it looks like I was testing out every single piece of content that came up on my For You page because I wanted to try to make all of them my own. But that's not how it works. But that's kind of like life. Like you kind of have to sift through what does and doesn't work, like the sediment, until you're like, hey, there's some treasure on the ocean floor. That's what I want. And this is me finding my treasure on the ocean floor. This is what I want, this video diary. But that's just an experience. That felt like alignment. What felt like resistance or old patterns? Doubt. Doubt felt like resistance and old patterns. And I'm so tired of it. I'm just like, I'm not even going more into doubt because doubt takes up so much time that I just don't want to give it that time anymore. You know what doubt is. So next. What experience would the next level version of me create in the coming days? Actually, let me tell you a story. Okay, speaking of creating experiences, let me tell you a little story. So it was maybe last week, and I haven't talked about it. I've talked about it in person, but I have not put in a video or anything like that. To sum up this experience I created for myself, I'm at my shift job and I'm like, I'm just constantly thinking when I'm at my shift job, that's a whole nother story, but I'm constantly like, okay, this is not it. It's not for me. This is not right. I feel out of place. Like whatever deja vu is, the opposite of that. Like I know, like it's just not it. The universe is telling me no, blah, blah, blah. And this thought comes into my head and I'm like, maybe I need my Kim K moment. If you don't know what a Kim K moment is, I'm not going to explain it to you because it doesn't even exist anymore. That is literally a version of Kim we do not even know. But back to the point, my Kim K moment. No, don't be crazy, Angela. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's not it. Blah, 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 blah. The universe heard me and it said, Kim K, say less, right? So then to sum up this entire story, this random strange number texted me creating this fake post on social media about me and pretty much, I can't remember the word, explicit? Not safe for work pictures, and then like my selfies and stuff from my social media saying that if I didn't send them money, they were going to send this to all of my friends and family, and they sent me like a screenshot of my friends and family like lists on social media, and they're going to tell them that I hurt them and I did inappropriate things to them and this and that, and they're going to ruin my life and they're going to post it all over social media. And at first I was like, what the heck? Like, what is happening? Like, this can't happen to me. But then, like, you know, you have to get a grip eventually, and I'm like, this is crazy. The universe said Kim K say less, and it gave me this moment. So then, you know, I'm like talking to them like, I can't go into HEB like that. So they wanted me to go get them an Apple gift card, which sounds like a total scammer. I can't go into HEB like this. I'm crying. And they're like, calm down. I'm like, you want me to calm down? You're trying to blackmail me and you want me to calm down? They're like, stop playing with me. Right. Blah, blah, blah. Point is, I was like, okay, this is ridiculous, right? Call a law enforcement individual I know, and I'm like, hey, what do people do in this scenario? He's like, report it, right, yada yada. So I did, because I was like, screw it. If it happens, it happens. Like, anything happened? No, nothing happened. But that was an experience, and all it tells me is that the universe hears me, my subconscious hears me, and it will give you whatever you want. And what version of me responded? The Kim K version of me responded. Momager responded. I think if Kris Jenner heard of this debacle, she'd be so proud. She'd be like, you handled this so well. The universe literally is at your will, and you did it. Momager, proud. That's what she would say. Did I meet it with scarcity or expansion? It was definitely expansion. It was expansion. It was, one, I'm expanded on the fact that, like, I didn't even know people did that. I didn't know they just pick random individuals, make fake things about them, and then try to get them to send them money. But, like, I didn't know that. But I think what I did know is that they do that to important people, to very important people, and that just confirms I must have been high on their radar. What did my reaction reveal about the timeline I'm on? You know what? This timeline, every timeline I've had, shows me that there are people who do not like you. They do not want to support you. They do not like when people are doing good for themselves. They do not like seeing better versions of you. And that means you're winning. My highest self respond next time something surprises me. Oh my gosh, what do you mean? It would unwrap that pretty packaging, that bow, and it would say thank you to the universe for this opportunity. That's what it would do. I'm not even gonna lie, the next aspect is probably my worst aspect. Like, there was like a little mix up in the universal blueprint, and I have been sorting it out, but it's never, in the past timelines, it wasn't my forte, but everything is sorting itself out and it's going to thrive. Economics, that's what it is, the economics of my life. My money energy and how it aligned with my future abundance. Okay, I'm gonna go through this and then I'm gonna share my thought process. How did I treat this money this week? As a tool, a stressor, or a mirror? I think all three. Because I am big on saying, like, how can I make this money work for me? Do I always make it work for me? No. So that's where it turns into a stressor, because then I'm kind of like, okay, you wanted your money to work for you, but then now there's no money. So that's a stressor. But it's a mirror, because it's telling me I need to be more in tune with where I'm putting my energy. Okay? Overdoing it in one place doesn't help the other aspects. So that's what it's showing me. I think I do have this constant mindset, like, it will come back. So I think that matches my highest self. Did it align with the past timelines? Not really. What financial behavior feels low frequency or unintentional? You know what feels low frequency? Spending money on food. That feels so low frequency to me, because one, not only am I investing energy into something else, which usually if it's like fast food or anything like that, like it's junk. So I'm investing this energy, this money into junk that is going to make me fatter, make me uglier, and not uglier, it's gonna make me ugly. That's just so low vibration. You want me to have less in my pocket, to fuel my body with junk, and have an excess amount of calories. So now not only do I have less in my pocket, but I got more on my hips. Oh no, that's so low vibration to me. Of continuously reminding myself, like, what goes will come back. Invest it wisely, invest your energy wisely, and it will return to you tenfold. So let me just share my my mantra these days for this week. There was a little mix up in the bank of the universe, and it's currently being sorted out. And while all my assets were frozen, in this timeline, they are being thawed or defrosted. Either way, they're coming. So we're almost done. My emotional and spiritual bandwidth. What emotion carried the most weight this week? I don't know. What emotion? I thought we went over isolation or misplacement. Like that. Those were, I feel, okay, the one thing, it's okay. It just wants me to repeat. It's like when you take a psychological evaluation, they're going to ask you the same questions over and over in different forms to make sure your answer is consistent. So misplacement. What did I care for my nervous system? Oh, I did. I'm such a big nervous system person. Like, if you're stressing me out, we're not talking about that. If it's like causing me an unwarranted amount of stress and it has no purpose, I don't want it. Sorry, I don't want it. That sometimes you are too pretty to work there. Sometimes you're too smart to be doing that. Sometimes you are such a divine human that whatever it is you are doing, whatever situation you're in, wherever you are, is quite literally not made for you. And I think gentle reminders of these things will help raise my vibration. Time is like almost, I would probably say, more important than money, honestly. Where did my time go this week? And does it reflect who I'm becoming? My time, I don't know where it went. Well, actually, I do. It went into scrolling on social media. You can scroll for a little bit to see what's going on, to look something up, but there's a point where you're like, yeah, now I'm just feeding the algorithm, frying my dopamine receptors. It does not reflect who I'm becoming at all. What vibration do I want to hold this week? I don't even know what that means. What vibration? The best version of myself, that vibration. That's what I want to hold this week and every week.